Yo, what up, YouTube? It's the young gunner, DJ G-Wiz, back again with another one. Today's August 4th, Monday. Not scared of Mondays. We love Mondays. So, just getting back from the gym, feeling crazy sore. I had a real tough workout. Like I said, I would encourage you guys to train, work out. Give me at least 15 minutes in the gym each and every day. See what that does for your life. I feel amazing, tired, but I feel good. Yesterday we had to cook up as we do on Sundays. The beat was cool. The mix was a little bit rough. So, guys, if you go back and watch yesterday's video, let me know what you think about the beat. Obviously, I didn't track it out, mix it, or kind of sequence it. It's just the rough idea is done. And a lot of my beats, you'll see that. Side note, what Tyler, the creator, was talking about releasing your music, absolutely true. So producers, artists, songwriters, get that music out there. It does no good just chilling on your laptop or your computer or your hard drive or whatever. Get the music out there to the people. You never know. You could be sitting, on a crazy record. So let's get into it. Let's think it today. A lot of us don't know that we have a whole nother gear that we haven't tapped into. I didn't know that for the longest until, my life was in chaos and I had no other options. I had nobody to turn to. Well, I did, but I didn't want to turn to them because they have their own lives. So at this point, I was desperate, but that desperation gave me an edge. And it was like I was almost willing to do any and everything to get what I needed, even kind of break the rules per se. I just remember, and this is what kind of sticks with me the most, I would work my day job. I would go to sleep in my car for a couple hours, and then I would work my night job at Target. And just that feeling of just feeling desperate, like just trying to do any and everything. I remember saving aluminum cans and taking it by the recycling facilities, on a weekend. Just that level of desperation is what gives me the drive today. And what I didn't know is I had a whole nother gear to me. I was doing things that to this day surprise me. And ever since those situations that I've had in my past, I've realized that there's way more to me as a person. And as I get older and I continue to learn myself, I realize like I think I'm giving 100%, but I've got way more to give. Like this YouTube channel. I just really started dropping videos about a month ago. It was about a month ago. I was really inspired by the loss of my childhood friend. I know you guys remember that video. I talked about the funeral and the situations, but that kind of inspired me. That kind of made me just put myself out there because I needed to express myself. And I realized that a lot of people feel the same way about life, about music, about their journey. And so in these things, I want you guys to continue to push and push and push. You see it in sports all the time. I'm not big into hockey, but I know when it's the third period and, a team is trailing by, they could be down by like 2 goals. They'll pull the goalie, and same thing with basketball. If a team is down in the fourth quarter, they might go to a full court or half court press just to see if they could create turnovers. And so a lot of times in life, we have to create our own opportunities. And the only way we can create our own opportunities is by having that desperate mindset. Like, you need this opportunity like your next breath. And until you get to a point where your back is up against the wall and there's nobody to call and there's no money and there's no car, there's no gas, there's no help, and all you got is yourself, that's when you start to realize who you are. That's when you start to realize that you haven't been giving your all. You think you're giving your all, but you're not. You're probably only at 60 or 65%. But I tell you what, when you got mouths to feed, when that rent is due, you face an eviction, you're going to figure something out. You're going to find a way real quick. And so we need to have that desperate mentality and kick it into a whole nother gear. And to get to that level, we have to keep reaching for what's next, for the impossible, so that we can fail. And by us failing, that's when we learn who we are in the long run. Because life isn't going to get any easier as we get older. Life only gets harder and harder and harder. And we got to get stronger and stronger and stronger. That's the only option, because you know what's coming. We deal with illness, we deal with death, we deal with financial burdens, family issues, all sorts of stuff, disease, all sorts of stuff. But the only thing we can do is stay resilient, stay focused, stay optimistic. So I love you guys. And I'm glad that you guys are tuned in. I'm grateful for the views that I get, because when I really started doing this a month ago, I wasn't getting views. I was getting maybe 5, 10 views. Now I'm up to 20 or 30 views, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys that come by. I'm grateful for the comments, the likes, all of that. We're building a community, a community that thrives off of each other, that nurtures and cares for each other. And we're going to accept the harsh realities of life. I know you guys have continued to hear me talk about the harsh realities of life, but on this channel, we're going to address it, and we're going to accept it, and we're going to move forward with a plan of action. We're going to do something about it. We're not just going to complain about why the world is the way it is. We're going to do something about it, and we're going to fight back. We're not going to go to the grave with all these ideas and all these plans and all this potential. No, while we're living and breathing, we're going to give this life everything we got, because we know tomorrow ain't promised. Time ain't on our side. If you got dreams, you need to be doing it right now. You need to be moving forward, taking action. That's all I got for you guys today. I love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Young Gunner, DJ G-Wiz. We out.